could only start enjoying my life once I stopped comparing it to everyone else. For the longest time, I used to literally look at other people's life, thinking, wow, like I'd love to do that. Wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. Without looking at my life and, one, just being thankful. Thankful that I'm able to work a job that can take me on holiday, all this and that. But also just give myself credit. I would never give myself credit and be like, like at one point in my life, I was waking up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, getting ready, getting to the gym at 6 o'clock, finishing up at the gym, starting work at 7 o'clock, sometimes a little bit before, and then doing a whole day's work, coming home, working on a side hustle and all this shit. And I just look at my life and be like, oh, I'm so far behind. I'm not doing good. Like, no, I can't be proud of myself, all this and that. And then just go into a thing of just saying my job was the worst. I want to quit. And that honestly, it came from comparing my life. There's nothing else where it could have possibly came from other than just looking at everyone else, thinking they're doing way better than me, comparing it to my life, and just be like, you know what, yeah, like I gotta do that. I gotta do this, that. And then that sort of led me to doing things that I wasn't necessarily interested in doing. Like it wasn't me. But I was so desperate to get out of my job and the 9 to 5 stuff where I wouldn't do anything bad, like illegal. I always say that. It always sounds like I'm doing some crazy shit, but I wasn't. I wasn't doing nothing crazy. I was just in a habit, not even a habit is not the way to put it. Like, I was just doing stuff that didn't align with who I was as a person and what I actually wanted out of my life. And sometimes, even when I was in like the thick of it, I'd sometimes like, I'd be talking to myself and be like, would I actually be proud right now to say like, oh yeah, like I do this, I do that. Just in that deep down, I knew like it wasn't a prideful thing. But like for me, for like what I wanted out of my life, and the mind that I wanted to become. Yeah, like it was no, like like I wouldn't be. But I was so deep into it and so I was so caught up in it, where it's just I couldn't get out of it at the time. And you're probably wondering like what I was doing, so like, I probably should tell you. I was, I started off, 18, I'm 21 now. Stopped it nearly a year ago now, actually. In a few months. I started off just, doing theme pages. To put it simply, for those that don't know, it's similar to your meme accounts that you see, that may even follow. But I was doing it for like motivational self-improvement content. That's what I was doing. And like I'd show people, how to like grow a page, all this and that. And then I need to stop saying that. I've said that 3 times already. And then I stopped that, but through doing that and sort of having my own like business or coaching is a better way to put it. I learned something else called appointment setting with my schedule, because I was working a full-time job Monday to Friday. Like it wasn't just like a couple hours like like a supermarket or nothing like that. It was a full-time apprenticeship. That sort of the appointment setting stuff, which is, again, just to put it simply, booking sales calls for business owners. I was doing that and I was putting in work. I was like, deep down, I wouldn't be proud. Like to me, it was sort of a bit nerdy and a bit geeky. So then I stopped because I was like, nah, like this isn't me. And I was doing it for 2 years, and it wasn't like, oh, I'd do it for a month, stop for half a year, get back into it. 2 years consistently, to the point I was working when I was on holiday. Nothing crazy, like I wasn't like family would go out and I'd stay back and put in the work. It wasn't like that, but when we're just like chilling around, you know, the villa and stuff like that, I'd go in, I'd, you know, just quickly get some work in. So I was working super hard because I thought this was really going to just change my life, but I don't know what came over me. One day I was like, fuck this, like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is making me really unhappy, and I don't want to say it was like unhealthy, but it probably would be to some people, because the level that I was comparing myself on, like, it was fucked. It was actually fucked. And I probably didn't realize that. I was probably putting in more work than all the guys that will complain, like saying that there was like grinding. I reckon I was like one of the only guys that I was really about, because I was competing against guys that all they done was just, you know, do the online money stuff. So I'm putting in, you know, like 8 hours work, or 8.5 hours work on my job before, coming home and putting in like another 4 or 5 hours in. On top of that, I was going to the gym as well. It was crazy. But yeah, like, I was just comparing myself so much. I was not happy at all. Like, not happy. Like, I thought like I was, you know, like grinding, like this is it, like this is what manhood's all about. But nah, like it was unhealthy probably. But the amount I learned from it, I'm so thankful that I went through all of that. I'm so thankful. Because one, I wouldn't be able to create these videos without, you know, going through all of that, because I wouldn't have learned the lessons. Now I'm here, like, I'm doing great. Doing amazing. And I haven't been as happy